Hello, I'm Willard Richart, and I run commercial channel sales for North America Technology. Welcome to Partner Spotlight. Today we're going to talk about two great partner wins from last quarter. So my guests today, we have Andy Zschach with Oracle, who's Area Vice President in West and Central Enterprise Growth Accounts. And then we have Ravi Reddy, who's President and CEO of SuneraTech Technologies. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Andy, the reason we're on the show is this great collaborative win you had at a manufacturing company. Andy, maybe you could give us a little overview of the customer and some of their business challenges.
Sure. So the customer is a Fortune 500 company that manufactures vehicle systems and components for large trucks. So everything from brakes to axles and drivetrains. They do roughly, or a little bit more than $4 billion in revenue. And they had approached Oracle to talk about moving their data center operations to OCI. So this all started with a cloud day in Seattle, and the journey began about 18 months later till we got to closure with our partner here in a business transaction. The problem they're trying to solve is business transformation, which now has led into other opportunities of emerging technologies and some additional growth areas for us as well. So it's really a big win, and proud to be a part of this team.
It's wonderful in a very traditional industry like manufacturing. Ravi, I know you have some thoughts on the topic as well.
Yeah, no, I think there's, first of all, thanks for having me here.
You're welcome.
You look great, as always.
Trying.
So it's been a great journey with working with Andy and team, and just to kind of take a step back to kind of give some background around SuneraTech Technologies, right? We've been in business for 15 years now, and we've been a born-in-cloud company. Right? Our mission has always been enabling businesses to transform from being physical enterprise to digital enterprise. Right? There are only two choices today for a lot of businesses: either you disrupt or get disrupted.
Right.
So I think digital transformation is an important piece of it, and we do that in three switch approach. Right? Switch one is, IT automation. Switch two is cloud migration, become asset light, such that you are ready for digital innovation, and that's the switch three. And what we've done over the last 10 years is we've invested significantly in building automation platforms on cloud. We've invested in building 8 unique digital solutions. We've now migrated over 500 workloads. We now have over 1,000 Sunerians in 8 global locations, serving over 250 odd customers across 8 different industries. So we are seeing significant transformation in automotive industries. Is bang in the center of that transformation right now.
Yeah, you've certainly helped a lot of customers transform and move to the cloud. So that's we appreciate that, and I'm sure they do as well. This being a great win, can you give us a little detail on the solution you provided, the architecture you built for the customer?
Yeah, I think the solution we provided here, to start off, there were many questions because it's an automotive.
Yes.
In terms of, are we doing something that others haven't done in our industry? Is this the right time? Timing was a very important aspect. Is this the right time? Is Oracle the right solution, right? And should we do all in, or should we do incremental? So there were many of these questions that were coming in. So the solution we provided has complete data. This is first of the kind, entire data center lift and shift from Big Blue to Oracle, including 80+ workloads, including Oracle EBS, including 70% of these workloads are Oracle workloads. There are a few green screen legacy workloads which we had to do colo. And the solution had us do something very creative in terms of bringing the customer back on support for a lot of these applications from Remini Street in some cases, where we had to, customer was concerned that what would happen because they were not in a clear SaaS path.
Sure.
So we put them back on the SaaS path. We moved all the 80+ workloads to cloud. We put world-class security infrastructure on cloud, right? And then we delivered about 55% savings. And they are now digital ready to transform.
That's great business benefit for the client. And this was highly competitive as well.
That's a great question, because a lot of times, of course, we are competing with other major cloud providers, but the competition, especially in industry like automotive or manufacturing per se, competition is the customer. I look at competition is, one, they have these dilemmas of, are we doing the right thing? Are we ready for cloud? Is Oracle the right? The second part is there are 12 people in the room. and everybody has varied questions because they're doing this for the first time. And they have enormous amount of data coming from the public domain.
Right.
So you got to build that trust over a period of time and understand and educate the customer on different aspects of cloud. So once you do that, then you have to, from an Oracle perspective, we were able to make, that's been our SuneraTech differentiation in terms of converting complete cloud into customer-centric cloud, right? The construct of the solution required so much creativity that we made the competition irrelevant at the end of the day, and Oracle stood out pretty tall.
It was a great collaborative solution. So, Andy, do you have any thoughts on collaborating with Sonera Technologies?
Yeah, I think one of the differentiators that we brought to the table as a team was around the solution itself. So there's a technology solution and the components that Ravi's mentioning, but there's also a business aspect to it. So SuneraTech brought expertise in this particular industry that was more than helpful. Right, so to understand the customer's business, as we talk about a lot, was really instrumental in not only convincing the customer to move to OCI, but also for them to envision how this would look moving forward, because there's a runtime component as well. So the positioning that we did as a team was around the life cycle of the solution for their applications, which are obviously business critical. And just to put an order of magnitude on this is a cloud transaction for the Oracle Corporation. It was very large in North America that was had a total contract value of just under $10 million. So this is a really significant move. And when we talk about trust, obviously there has to be a lot of trust in the service provider and a company or companies that partner to provide a solution like this to a Fortune 500 company. So there's a technology win, but there's also a business win here. And hopefully it's going to be a win-win for all parties and some expansion.
I'm sure. And Ravi, your thoughts on partnering with Oracle in this win?
Well, partnering with Oracle, it's been great. I must thank, of course, Andy and Bree Marlock and Mike Messina, who've been an integral part of it. Working with the product team, working with the leadership at both the application and the technology side. David Laker has been huge help for us in getting some exceptions and making sure that the net present value of long-term strategic partnership is understood within the Oracle leadership, right? Because there is a lot of opportunity over the next 4 to 5 years in terms of how we are going to transform the customer. And the great help from the channel and alliance team. So I think working with Oracle requires 3 things. One, you need to understand the entire complete cloud, not just the infrastructure, but you need to understand the complete SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS layer so that you can create a customer-centric cloud and create a roadmap. Though they may move 1 or 2 workloads, and in some cases full data center, but you cannot lose the sight of long-term strategic partnership, because it's a foundation for future, for next 10 years. In the digital transformation with hyper-convergence, where businesses can be disrupted, customers like these when they see a possibility of chatbots, IoT, machine learning, how they will digitalize the operations and significantly put those resources to innovation, then you become long-term strategy. So working with Oracle, that's one is understanding the full stack. Second is working with the different stakeholders within the product, alliance, sales, and solutions team. All these 4 stakeholders have to be well mapped in the deal. And lastly, I think only when we go with one united front, I think we can outmaneuver the competition and we can make competition irrelevant.
That was certainly critical, the united front. So for those of you, those partners that are watching out there to the partner cast, look for collaborative Oracle sales leaders like Andy Zschach and his team. And for those Oracle sellers that are out there, if you want a transformational opportunity, get with SuneraTech.